Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and today we are talking all about the Ludwig Breakbeats by Questlove. I picked this kit up about a month ago, and I've been playing around with it. It's really small. You can really get these 70s style, like muted fat drums. That's how I have it set up right now. On the snare, I have a big fat snare drum donut, which I love on lower tuned drums. And on the toms here, I have a little bit of gaff tape with some paper towel just to really dampen the drums. And I'm also doing that on the reso heads too, to really give it a dead sound. But even as dead as they are, I think it sounds awesome. And the kick drum, I just have some t-shirts, maybe a small blanket in here, just to dampen it a little bit. The snare drum is a 14x5. The rack tom is a 7x10. Floor tom, we've got a 13x13. And the kick is a 16x14. When Questlove came up with the idea, he said, quote, "I wanted to build a device that was apartment friendly and compact for the street musician, but also something that was quality sounding. A gritty, raw, breakable kit for gigging in clubs that you can fit into a cab. Breakbeats by Questlove does it all." Now, I actually didn't realize this, that a lot of people gigging in New York City actually do bring their drums in a cab, which seems ridiculous to me, but a lot of people have to do that. I always figured that maybe at smaller jazz clubs, they have a house kit all set up, ready to go. Just bring your cymbals and you're good to go. But I guess if you are gonna bring this in a cab, this kit would work at least better than a full-size drum set, more or less. The kit does come with some gig bags, which I don't have. I picked this kit up secondhand, but I did see some video of them and they look pretty nice for the money. And speaking of the money, this kit right now is coming in around $400, and there's a new version of it that Sweetwater is selling. I believe they have 3 different finishes for $600. I really don't know if there's anything different on the new finishes in terms of if they upgraded the hardware or the shells or anything. As far as I'm concerned, it looks like it's cosmetic. You can either get black sparkle, blue sparkle, or silver sparkle on the newer finishes. So the shells that are on the kit are 7-ply hardwood, and they don't explicitly say it, but I'm fairly positive this is poplar. The shells have 45-degree hand-sanded bearing edges, so it really makes the head sit nicely on the shell. And taking a listen to the sound of the kit, I really have this tuned down pretty low, and obviously there's a lot of muffling on here, but for 7 and 13-inch toms, these sound massive. Let me put my eardrums in quick. As far as the heads that I've got on here, I've got Evans G2 clear on the toms. Resonant heads are the standard Ludwigs that came with the kit. On the snare, we have the standard Remo Ludwig head that also came with the kit. It looks like it says UC drum head. I don't know if that's similar to maybe an Emperor, but it feels like a single ply, and without the big fat snare drum. Put the donut back on. So overall, I'm super pumped with this kit. Like, I've been using it for a month, like I said. And for me, this is kind of like a chilled out kit that you can use for something more indie, maybe more alternative. And you could also make this into like a jazz kit, you know, maybe for playing bop or something, and just, you know, tune the heads a lot differently, and you'd get something cool for that. Maybe even for a starter kit for a younger kid, maybe 10 years old, this kit would be awesome for that. And for the money, I think it's really good. You saw in the last video we were talking about the Donner DD S520, the practice drum set. If I had to pick a kit for tone, I would be picking the Ludwig 9 times out of 10 over that kit. You know, the size is really cool. You know, the 16-inch bass drum, it's unique in that sense, and you're gonna get a way different sound. You know, versus using a standard 22-inch kick. Something interesting about the kit too I didn't mention is, since the kick drum's 16 inches, we also have to have a little bit of a bass drum riser that brings it off the ground. So you'll notice that the kit, it's kind of flying above the ground in the front, and that's on purpose. It's not just to look cool, it's so that the bass drum beater actually will be able to hit the center of the head. Another cool benefit of this drum set is it actually is moderately small in terms of how much room you really need to set it up. If you're in a smaller practice space, this might be ideal for you. When you buy the kit, the heads that come out of the box are going to be Remo pinstripes, so you will get a warmer sound right away. On the hardware end, you've got your classic ball mount tom holder, so you can really get creative where you want your tom to sit, which is awesome. And as far as the hardware goes all around, it's super high quality for the money you're paying. If you guys are curious on the cymbals I got here, we have a 20-inch Byzance Extra Dry by Meinl, and we have 14-inch Extra Dry Byzance by Meinl on the hats. We have a paper thin Bliss 19-inch Dark Matter from Dream. I'm gonna take the snare and just crank it up, and we'll see what kind of sound we can get. Not everyone likes to have their snare really fat and low, but you know what? It does sound pretty good despite it being 5-inch snare drum at a low tuning. Ooh, yeah, we're getting closer to an A now. Ooh, that's got a nice crack to it. I don't like the dampening on this right now. Really get your Neil Peart on. For me, a higher pitched snare drum like this isn't totally for me, but it does sound pretty good. Especially like really open with no dampening is not my favorite style sounding snare drum. Let's try the donut at the high tuning. Oh yeah, now we got like a Chick Corea, Steve Gadd kind of like. Breakbeats series probably is going to be the best starter drum set you could buy for a beginner. 10 years old, maybe, you know, 10 to 15, like I would get this kit. Like, this would have been awesome. When I started at 9, I got a Pearl Export, and for my size back then, that thing was massive. Having a smaller kit like this might actually be good for a younger student. So you guys have it. That is the Ludwig Breakbeats by Questlove. Let me know what you guys think about this drum set down below in the comments. Now, Ludwig did not send me this drum set. I picked this up with my own money, so it's not sponsored in that sense, but I will have affiliate links down below if you want to check this drum set out at Sweetwater. So if you guys liked the video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you all in the next video.